హలో ఫ్రెండ్స్, వెల్కమ్ టు మనీ పర్స్. లెట్స్ లెర్న్ సంథింగ్ న్యూ టుడే. మీలో చాలామంది ఫైనాన్స్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో కెరీర్ రిలేటెడ్గా అండ్ అలాగే రీసెంట్ టైంలో ఎస్పెషల్లీ సిఎఫ్ఏ కోర్స్ రిలేటెడ్గా డీటెయిల్స్ షేర్ చేయమని కంటిన్యూస్గా అడుగుతున్నారు కదా. సో అందు గురించి అని చెప్పి సిఎఫ్ఏ బోర్డ్ మెంబర్ అయిన అనిల్ గిలానీ గారిని రీసెంట్గా మన ఛానల్లో ఒకసారి ఇంటర్వ్యూ కూడా చేసాం. సో ఆయన రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే ఆయన వచ్చి ఈరోజు మన ఆల్రెడీ రికార్డ్ చేస్తాను ఇంటర్వ్యూలో కంప్లీట్గా సిఎఫ్ఏ కోర్స్ రిలేటెడ్గా సిఎఫ్ఏ కోర్స్ ఎలా చేయాలి, ఎవరు చేయాలి, దీనివల్ల ఉండే అడ్వాంటేజెస్, జాబ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ అండ్ అలాగే ఎంతవరకు ప్యాకేజ్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఇలాంటి కంప్లీట్ డీటెయిల్స్ అండ్ అలాగే ఈ కోర్స్కి ఎంత అమౌంట్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎంత టైం అవ్వచ్చు, ఇవన్నీ డీటెయిల్స్ షేర్ చేశారు. సో ఈ వీడియోలో మీకు ఆ కంప్లీట్ డీటెయిల్స్ అయితే తెలుస్తాయి. సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద మన యంగ్ వ్యూవర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో వాళ్ళకైతే ఈ వీడియో చాలా హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ మీలో ఎవరైనా కూడా ఒకవేళ సీనియర్ పీపుల్ చూసినట్టయితే మీ యంగ్ జనరేషన్ అంటే మీ పిల్లలు కానీ లేకపోతే మీకు తెలుసున్న యంగ్ జనరేషన్ ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో వాళ్ళకి ఈ డీటెయిల్స్ షేర్ చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నించండి. ఎందుకంటే సిఎఫ్ఏ యాజ్ ఏ కోర్స్ చాలా మంచి కోర్స్ ఇది. ఈ కోర్స్ ద్వారా ఫైనాన్స్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో చాలా సీనియర్ లెవెల్లో వాళ్ళ కెరీర్ని అయితే బిల్డ్ చేసుకోవడానికి అయితే హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ అలాగే సిఎఫ్ఏ అనగానే ఇంకొక క్లారిటీ ఇవ్వాలి. ఒక ఎంబీఏ కాలేజ్ కూడా సిఎఫ్ఏ అని చెప్పి ఒక సర్టిఫికేషన్ అయితే ప్రీవియస్ టైంలో ఆఫర్ చేసేది. ఆ సిఎఫ్ఏ వేరు, దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ బేసిక్. సిఎఫ్ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫర్ చేసే సిఎఫ్ఏ సర్టిఫికేషన్ గురించి మనం ఈరోజు మాట్లాడుకోబోతున్నాం. సో మీకు మార్కెట్లో కనబడే సిఎఫ్ఏ అని పక్కన ఎవరైతే ఉంటుందో అందరూ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ సిఎఫ్ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నదో సిఎఫ్ఏ సొసైటీ ఇండియా మెంబర్స్ కాదు. సో మీరు ఎవరైనా సిఎఫ్ఏ సొసైటీ ఇండియా మెంబర్స్ అండ్ ఈవెంట్స్ గురించి తెలుసుకోవాలనుకున్నట్టయితే సిఎఫ్ఏ ఇండియా సొసైటీ వెబ్సైట్కి వెళ్ళి మీరు తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. ఇంటర్వ్యూలోకి వెళ్ళే ముందు డిస్క్లోజర్, ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేయడం ద్వారా నాకు కానీ అనిల్ గిలానీ గారికి కానీ ఎటువంటి కమర్షియల్ బెనిఫిట్స్ ఉండవు. ఆయన డిఎస్పీ ఫండ్ మేనేజర్. ఓన్లీ ఈ ఫైనాన్స్ ఇండస్ట్రీలోని ఇంకొంతమందికి ఈ డీటెయిల్స్ షేర్ చేసినట్టయితే వాళ్ళు కెరీర్ బిల్డ్ చేసుకుంటారని ఏదో ఆతృతతో చేసిన కంటెంట్ ఇది. మేము ఈ వీడియో చేస్తున్నామని సిఎఫ్ఐ సొసైటీ ఇండియాకి తెలియని కూడా తెలియదు. మేబీ వీడియో రిలీజ్ చేసాక వాళ్ళకి తెలియచేమో. సో ఎవరైనా దీనివల్ల మాకేమైనా బెనిఫిట్స్ వస్తున్నాయని సిఎఫ్ఐ సొసైటీ ఏమైనా ప్రమోట్ చేస్తుంది అనుకున్నట్టయితే దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫెయిర్ డిస్క్లోజర్. సో ఎటువంటి కమర్షియల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అయితే లేదు. మీరు హ్యాపీగా అవన్నీ మైండ్లో తీసి ఈ నాలెడ్జ్ని అయితే ఎన్హాన్స్ చేసుకుని ఈ కోర్స్ రిలేటెడ్ కంప్లీట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తెలుసుకోండి. అండ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇది ఓన్లీ యంగ్ పీపుల్ అంటే చదువుకుంటున్న వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే కాదు, ప్రొఫెషనల్లీ చాలామంది ఫైనాన్స్ వైపు మూవ్ అవుదాం అని చెప్పి ఆలోచిస్తుంటారు. కొంతమంది ఐటీ పీపుల్ వాళ్ళు కూడా ఆలోచిస్తుంటారు. అలా ఆలోచిస్తున్న ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి అండ్ అలాగే పోర్ట్ఫోలియోని కొంచెం డీపర్ వేలో మేనేజ్ చేద్దాం, దానికి నేను నేర్చుకుందాం, చదువుదాం అనుకున్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా డెఫినెట్లీ అయితే సిఎఫ్ఏ యాజ్ ఏ కోర్స్ అయితే హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఉన్నది. ఇప్పుడు అనిల్ గిలానీ గారు ఇంటర్వ్యూ ప్లే చేస్తాం. దానికన్నా ముందు స్మాల్ రిమైండర్, మేము పెడుతున్న ఈ ఎఫర్ట్స్ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతున్నాయని వీడియో చూసిన ఏ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో మీకు అనిపించినా కూడా వీడియోని అప్పుడే లైక్ చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నించండి. అండ్ అలాగే వీడియో మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అండ్ ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్కి ఎవరికైతే హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుందో వాళ్ళకి తప్పకుండా షేర్ చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నించండి. లెట్ మీ బ్రింగ్ అనిల్ గిలానీ గారు నౌ. Hi Neil, first of all, thanks a lot for giving us this opportunity. My viewers, majority of them are young viewers, and most of them wants to pursue their career in finance industry. When it comes to pursuing their career in finance industry, many times I get question what to study, what to do so that I can get a better package or better job, better role. So I always recommend CFA, CFP, all these courses to viewers. But most of the time, many of them will have lot of doubts regarding CFA as a career path. As a director of CFA Society India, I always wanted to do this session. It's been pending from long time from my end. I'm sure this session will help my young viewers a lot because they can actually choose what they want and they'll get a lot of clarity on what is CFA is all about. Thank you for accepting our invite.
Thank you very much. Always great to be on your channel. As you said, one of the key things that your channel and your handle does is that in very simple way for the end user you connect and bring out unique topics like this, other than just finance and stocks or sectors. These are the various useful, simple to understand topics. I personally feel it's really useful. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Fantastic. Shall we start the presentation of the CFA?
Sure. Great. Certainly. So, welcome friends. Just wanted to discuss today's session, and highlight the various opportunities that are available today in the world of finance and investments. With one particular spotlight we put on the CFA program. But I'll try to keep it a little bit broad also, not just CFA, but overall about certain career ideas, how to think about your career progression. And I would like to highlight it in this way, and as a main heading of this is cutting through the chaos. Just think of it, if you are a young finance professional or you are looking to build a career in this field, there is so much noise around it. Take up this course, let's do this degree, let's highlight something which will help me in future. I'll do this content for the next 3 years, or so much money will be spent in some foreign MBA master's program. Wonderful. All of those sessions are good. No doubt about it. All knowledge enhancement is useful. But I feel that if before taking the decision, you are able to think through how it's going to help you in the next 10 years, 10 to 15 years, and how it will help you progress in your career, and what exactly that particular program or that content add value to. After that, if you take this decision, you will also feel very much more empowered and in control. So in this next couple of minutes or so, we'll try to do that, and I'll try to decipher some key concepts for you. So just to get started, very often on this particular channel of Money Purse, we always are talking about financial goals, investments, money, etc., which is wonderful. But very often we get this question that, okay, besides my financial goals, how should I invest for 2032? Means 10 years from now, 15 years from now, basically, what should be my life goals? What about my career progression? How I should look at my career progression for the next 10 years, maybe. So I've tried to make a nice chart and a good framework to analyze and decide on that. Let's look at it. Now, today, if we see how the hiring is happening in India, there is a huge potential in, let's say, asset management segment, in research as an industry. Today in India, we have got about 40 plus asset management companies. We have got about 5 new AMCs who are seeking entry into the industry. We have got a large number of PMS AI managers, and this industry, we believe, is set to continue growing over the next decade or so. So over the next few years, we could see good number of demand coming up for various roles. Fund managers is the first and foremost role which comes to mind, but many other functions which are equally important, let's say sales function, finance, risk, operation, etc. So huge potential for hiring and team build out in this particular segment of the market, in my view. Now, let's look at the framework, how to navigate and how to benefit from this huge hiring and build out, which we feel will happen in the next decade or so. So first and foremost, what you should try to do is that let's try to see how you can form a view of the world 10 years from now. So suppose you are a young financial analyst, or you've just completed your graduation, and you are thinking that, okay, I want to do a career in banking or finance or asset management, research, etc. So various aspects, like following this channel, like reading this particular, some notes, some books, some reports, watching videos like this, you should try and form a view of the world, how it will look like 10 years from now. Will the world be focused only on technology and artificial intelligence, machine learning? Will it be focused on content? Whatever, gradually you can figure out and try to formulate a view. It will not happen in one day or 1 week. It will happen gradually. And then you try to see who I want to be in that world. Okay, it's not always that I would like to be a fund manager, or I would like to be head of research, or I would like to be head of risk management or chief risk officer in the particular bank or in the particular company. It could be any different thing as well. It's important to know what you would like to be in that world. Very difficult to actually do it, but maybe how you can do it is try to picture yourself in the shoes of somebody who is currently in that role, and then try to think whether you would enjoy that role and doing that function or not. So once you are able to form your view of the world and who you want to be in that world, then try to look today where you are. That, okay, today I'm here, I've just finished my studies, or I have started working 1 or 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years of work experience I've got in this particular field of expertise. Now I feel in next 10 years, this is how the world is going to change. And in that changed world, what role I will play, which will be of good interest to me, which will be good value addition to me. And as the first question Sai Krishna mentioned, which will give me good package, good name, good fame, good connect with industry, and good sense of responsibility that I'm doing something good, which will benefit the society at large and benefit people at large, right? Or my clients at large. So then try to see that now from here to navigate over there, what all I will need. Suppose I am a young finance professional. I have done my basic, let's say, graduation or post-graduation in finance and marketing, for example, and I want to excel in investment management and research. I feel the view of the world is it will be a combination of data management, artificial intelligence. So now in these 10 years, what all I need, that I have to find out, and path I have to follow. And in that journey to 2032, I have to figure out what all knowledge I need, what all skill sets I need to acquire, soft skills, hard skills, relationship skills, etc., and build my network around these 3 key pillars. So the key over here is that world is changing dynamically. There is a rapid change, and we need to constantly upskill ourselves and have a lifelong learning. Not that, okay, I finished my graduation or my master's, now fine, I will just work on this path and reach in 2032. No, you need to constantly upskill yourself, acquire further knowledge, skills, and relationships. And in my view, one such option for this part of knowledge enhancement, if you are interested to build a career in investments, research, overall in financial services industry, could be one such option is the CFA program. Now, I'll try to share a little bit more detail about what the CFA program is and how it can benefit you. This was a particular, a brand campaign done by CFA Institute a couple of years back on social media or in outdoor media and digital platform you might have seen, whereby what the key message was that you should look at the CFA program as pure knowledge enhancement. It helps you in doing whatever you are doing better with a much more deeper understanding of the markets and a much more higher focus on ethics as a core area to help your clients do better. So structurally, friends, over the year, what we believe is the CFA charter has evolved as the gold standard in investment management research analysis in the overall broader market context globally. So now let's see why we feel or why people have been saying that it is the gold standard. Few reasons, basically. Of course, one can say that it has a good grip on the content that it delivers. It helps you with real life examples. So there is a curriculum which will prepare you for real life situations based on what the various market practitioners have observed and what they are doing. It builds a very strong foundation or a core focus across all the three levels is on ethics. So as you move further in life and you start working in the field of finance and investing, this becomes one of the core areas. So it lays a good focus on that right from the beginning. There is a huge amount of regulatory recognition, a lot of global waivers are there for many other programs. For example, just last week, I was discussing with friends in another organization called CAIA, Chartered Alternative Investment Analysis, CAIA. And they said that there is an exemption of certain examination or certain level of the exam if you are a CFA charter holder. Likewise, there is a lot of exemptions in certain regulatory examinations that you need to do every year or every periodic basis. And it's a huge prestigious network of global connected people. I have faced it in my personal example. Like in 2013-14, I was transferred from my mutual fund business to set up a pension fund subsidiary. I was deputed from mutual fund. Okay, you are now the CEO of this company. You hire people, you get everybody in place, you manage the funds and create this company. Now in India at that time, pension fund management industry was very nascent. So through our CFA network, I was able to connect with some colleagues who were based out of Singapore, and they had a similar type of a platform on pensions, and they were very kind enough to discuss, share ideas, share thoughts of how it grew, whatever has happened. And it happened, and they were happy to connect and discuss only because of the common platform and the network of CFA Institute, CFA societies of Singapore and India. So I feel it's a very powerful and prestigious network. And there are a large number of career resources like career guides, career portals where jobs are posted, etc. So hence,
one
the various reasons it becomes that.
One interruption, Anil. When it comes to CFA, even if somebody wants to pursue career globally, they can do that, right? Because CFA is accepted worldwide. There will be a lot of asset management companies globally. Huh?
Perfectly right. Perfectly right. It is recognized globally. It's a global passport. So let's say if you have done, just hypothetically connecting with a very random example, suppose you are a very famous doctor and you have a degree of practicing doctor in India. But if you shift to, let's say, Singapore, you'll have to do some further examination over there and pass some tests. Likewise, for lawyer or whatever, most professional have it. But for CFA, it's a globally recognized curriculum and charter. And whether it's in Singapore or in the United States or in India, it's commonly recognized as a good, rigorous curriculum, a solid charter, and a good knowledge enhancement. Hence, it's recognized as a sort of gold standard in this particular field. Good point. Yeah, that is globally recognized as a common a platform. So these are the key reasons why we believe, including this aspect of having global recognition, that it's a gold standard in the investment industry. Now, friends, I would like to highlight to you the 3 levels of the CFA program and what each of them involve in very basic nutshell. Like, see, this is a color-coded slide. For the CFA program, there are 3 key pillars: foundational learning, single security analysis, and then portfolio level analytics. Right? Everybody with me? And across the 3 levels, this is how the transition of your learning and your knowledge enhancement is going to happen. So friends, if you look at the leftmost circle, level 1, the focus you see in all 3 as a center is ethics. It's almost similar size pie chart in all 3. In level 1, the blue colored round circle is a little bit thicker. Means the foundational learning, means the investment tools, quantitative methods, microeconomics, financial reports, financial statement analysis, corporate finance, that form a large component. As we move to level 2, blue becomes a little bit smaller and yellow becomes a little bigger. Asset class level understanding. So equity investments, fixed income, derivatives, alternatives, that become larger component. And as we come to level 3, the blue has disappeared now. Yellow is still there, but red becomes the bigger component, that is portfolio management and wealth planning. So very beautifully, there is an interconnectedness between all the 3 levels, where ethics remains the core focus with almost equal weightage across all 3. But the other areas of investment tools, asset classes, and portfolio management and wealth planning keep having differing layers of relevance and importance, so that when you finish all 3 levels, you have good rounded exposure and learning knowledge enhancement in place.
So for a person who need to complete CFA program, they need to clear these 3 levels. Simple.
Yes, they need to finish all these 3 levels. And there is no, similarly, like next slide which I am discussing, there is no shortcut to knowledge enhancement. We need to finish all these 3 levels. On an average, the global average time is approximately 4 years, but on an average, many candidates take between 2 to 5 years. And friends, what we have seen, approximately 300 man hours per level is required. So means over the 3 years or 3 levels, level 1, 2, and 3, you should have ideally spent approximately 900 to 1000 study hours. And there is a whole host of tools available for this particular study. There is an online entire ecosystem on CFA Institute platform. It includes a lot of mock exams, practice questions. There's a nice personalized calendar, a planner, and a good portal whereby there is a discussion board. Candidates can post questions, others can reply. So it's a very nice way of engaging, keeping with the times. It's very online digital platform of learning and engaging with fellow students. And also there is a readiness assessment test. There is a link over here. Maybe you can just read it, or you can just Google it also on CFA Institute website. It's a readiness assessment. Sometimes you might think, yeah, seems very good and interesting, but is it for me? Will I be able to do it? Will it add value to me? What do you think? I'm not sure. So you can go and take this assessment test online. It will help you think whether it's the right program for you, whether you should do it or not. So I urge you to make use of this kind of various resources. Now, very quickly, let's come to the cost. Because we are based in India. Globally, we are also concerned about money aspect. What is my cost element involved? Well, structurally and philosophically, knowledge has no cost. We appreciate and we respect that, but it's important to track it. Very often there is a misconception, the global degree is there, very expensive. No. But let's compare actual numbers. Today, if you see any global MBA or any master's program, it will run into multiple lakhs of rupees. Even in India, many MBA programs run into quite an expensive fare. For the CFA program, if you see, one-time enrollment fee is $350 for each level. If you register on time, the early bird registration fee is $900 per level. So 3 levels, $2,700. So total cost $3,050. Depending on the forex rate, currently approximately 2.5 lakh rupees you will spend for all 3 levels. Plus, there are some scholarships available. There are 3 types of scholarships. One is for students who are in certain affiliated colleges. They offer certain scholarships. Some universities, they will offer to deserving students. Then there is a access scholarship open to anybody. You and I, anybody, we can log on to the CFA Institute website, submit our case, why we should be eligible for that, and they will evaluate subjectively and give the access scholarships. There is certain special scholarship for women. So there are these scholarships which you can apply for. You can visit CFA Institute website, find out more details. And friends, very interestingly, very newly introduced concept currently only for India market is a flexible payment model, or what we call as EMI options. So for each year's fee, as you go about paying it, there is an option to convert it into EMIs and pay in a flexible or staggered manner. Now, how it happens? There is a back-to-back arrangement with a partner organization, which is a fintech lending platform, whereby they will pay the full amount and then you have to pay them in EMIs, typically 3 to 12 months EMI. But it's very smooth and seamless through digitally managed kind of a process. No collateral is asked for, very low, relatively low interest rates as compared to the overall markets. But it's a third-party entity. Advance Finance is the entity who will be giving that finance. But there is a tie-up through CFA Institute Global Platform, whereby only if you are Indian origin, India-based candidate, you can avail of this EMI flexible option as well. Were you aware of this? Maybe not. So hence, sometimes to follow such important updates, you need to be aware of what's happening, latest trends. But I urge you to evaluate both these options and consider before you think of starting for your CFA program registration. Now, once you completed that, or while you are studying that, what are the various areas or industry segments that you should be able to get access to, or you should aim or aspire to work in? Very simple. Broadly
Anil,
speaking,
before
I would say
getting
there
into
are
this one, I have a question.
Sure.
See, after
Yes, please.
looking at the fee, the first question which comes to many
Yes.
people's mind, viewers' mind is, what's the CTC like? Like, for example, if somebody joins in a AMC in fund management team after completing CFA, okay, what would be the CTC which he can expect? Approximate. I'm not saying everybody will get the similar thing, but in approximately
Yeah.
domestic market, what would be the approximate CTC, and the
It
international
depends
market,
very
what
much
would be
the
the?
role.
Hmm.
Basically, it depends basically
Hmm.
the role that is being done. Let's say in asset management company, if you are into a research or fund management role, or if
Hmm.
you are into risk management role,
Hmm.
or if you are in sales. So it varies, and it also depends on your earlier experience, that you are fresh
Hmm.
out of college or you already worked for a couple of years. See, mind you, to get the CFA charter, you also need certain number of years of work experience. It's not
True.
just finishing the level 1 exam. So if you have a reasonable work experience, let's say 3 to 5 years of work experience, and you have some undergraduation degree and you have finished your CFA program, I would say, on a range wise, like, 15 to 20 lakhs kind of a CTC, if you think of it like that way. But let's say if you have also done master's or MBA from a reputed college, and, working for already 2, 3 years, 5 years in some other organization, maybe it could be 25, 30 lakhs. I mean, also depending on the role and the value you're adding to that particular role, basically.
Okay. On global front, Anil, what would be the approximate?
So on global front, I think it could be anywhere between 30, 40 lakhs in Indian term equivalent. Again, depending
Okay.
on the role, it would vary,
Okay.
And
Okay.
but I'm glad you raised it. Sorry, I should have made one chart for that. CFA Institute, friends, comes out with this global compensation survey.
Okay.
It's very easily available on CFA Institute website, or you can just Google search CFA Institute Global Compensation Survey, and it will come up with nice charts that in Asia Pacific market, in Europe market, in US market, what is the average salary depending on the number of years of experience and all that. A very good point you raised. Sorry, I didn't think of it earlier, or I would have included it in the slide. But it's a very easily accessible. I urge you, friends, just
Sure.
search for it, and you will be able to track it. But on a ballpark in Indian market, I already shared broadly number. Like in my team itself, I have a couple of colleagues who are CFA charter holder. One of the colleagues is level 2 candidate. One of the two people are CFA charter holders. So ballpark number I am sharing, depending on the number of
Okay.
years of work experience.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's go ahead.
Sure. So three key areas, one is banking, structurally what we call as backbone of financial services industry. Then we have investment management, and we have investment banking. So in banking, we can have multiple roles, like which could be in corporate banking, retail, commercial banking. In investment management field, either in portfolio management, research, distribution. It's very important, friends, just to highlight. Many times people think that, oh, CFA means I have to be a fund manager. CFA means I have to be a research analyst. That's all. No, that is not the case. CFA program offers a much more broader and holistic knowledge enhancement to you. So you can add value and you can have a niche or edge in multiple such functions. Likewise, in investment banking, either investment or fundraising, M&A, private equity, etc., different segments, and other key segments also, which often people feel, oh, how is it possible? But yes, it adds a lot of value, whether it's in wealth management side, which could be private wealth, family offices. These are very much growing segments in India market also recently. Insurance, there also you can look at reinsurance business, life insurance, general insurance segments. We have a large industry in India for insurance side. Treasury means any corporate's money that's being managed. Plus tax, audit. Very often people, see, oh, I don't like, to work in fields which are in back office. But friends, mind you, back office is such an important element of the entire ecosystem that if you have a niche and a grip on that, only then you can succeed over there. And the CFA program offers you very good knowledge enhancement over there. And think about it this way, what you said, maybe 10 years in future, 2032, maybe investment management will be partially driven by machines and automated robo platforms, artificial intelligence. More focus will be on risk management, back office, middle office functions, making sure robust way analytics are being done and fed into those systems, or managers will be having multiple roles. So in my view, 10 years later, maybe these kind of functions will have very huge significance and importance in our overall ecosystem. So I urge you to keep this also aspect in mind. Very often it happens that what we are seeing today as a very important role, maybe 10 years, 15 years later, that might change. Let's just rewind ourselves in the past, 10 years earlier, what we used to learn, or 15 years back, what were big boys of the capital markets. They've changed. Lending business has changed so much. There is a digital lending now, which has happened, like we just spoke about it. So it's very important that you should try and capture this kind of future learnings, whereby you can think that even this kind of back office role, middle office roles can become very important for you. Now, to summarize, with this kind of roles, which are the main top employers in India who are hiring CFA charter holder members? Across the segment, you will see asset management, consulting, banking, broking, global processing units. Many are into credit research, investment compliance. Across different functions, some of the names of the large employers in India I have tried to showcase over here just as an indicative list. So with that, I would like to summarize with this one last point about the various resources available for students. So again, this is usually available for localized. There is a CFA Society India, which is a member association, and it's very powerful for connecting with like-minded people, with members, and there is a career center over there. So on that, there is a lot of resource which you can get. Let's say there is a career guide. There are jobs posted over there focused only for CFA community. Means only after you finish level 1 and beyond, you can post your CV over there. So very good set of curated jobs come over here. And then there is this link I have mentioned over here. There is a link which will help you career planning for students. So focused entire page, you can benefit from there. Multiple resources, various areas you will get to see over there. So I urge you to
I have one
take
question.
Yes,
Anil.
please.
The CFA Society events happens right in Mumbai and Hyderabad. How do
Yes,
people participate? Like non-CFA members, like I
Super,
attended,
super.
but
Great point.
for viewers, I just
Yes,
want answer from you.
yes.
How do people attend it? How's the progress? And
Sure.
how
Thank
to
you so much for
find that
raising it.
there is an event happening?
Super. Thanks for raising it. And yes, you're right. I know you had attended. In fact, I think first time I had met with you, I had opportunity to engage with you in person was in a CFA Society India event, I think so in Hyderabad a couple of years back, right? So yes, it's a unique platform to connect and network with like-minded people and learn and understand from the events as well. So friends, for the CFA Society India events, there is a very robust mobile app which has been created. So you can just download that app, keep it on your phone, and automatically events will keep popping up over there. Other option is you can follow the official social media handles in whichever one you use, either Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn. And most of the events, they keep getting posted over there and reminders come up talking about the event. And then most of the events are open for candidates as well as members both. Some select few events are member only exclusive events. So maybe as a student, you might not be able to access them, but by and large, you can access all events. I'll touch upon one more area. Thanks for raising, but because we spoke about members, if you wish to, even as a student or as a candidate, you can become a member of CFA Society India and claim all these benefits as well. You just cannot use the CFA designation against your name, but all other rights, access to events, conferences, digital access is all the same. So I urge you to explore and evaluate that option as well. I'll take example, just like Hyderabad, there was a very interesting event. In Mumbai, there is a very large conference happening every year, which is the India Investment Conference, a flagship event, marquee event, day-long event, where we get very good global and local speakers. Most of these events are free for members. For students and non-members, there is a small fee which is to be paid. Yes. Basically, to cover the cost, let's say, to which we are hosting, let's say, event in a 5-star hotel. Per plate cost is, let's say, 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 rupees. Some at least token amount we keep it so that there is some kind of a basic cost being recovered. Otherwise, by and large, most of the events are open. As a member, it's complimentary. You can attend most events for free. As a candidate or as a non-member, you can attend with paying small fee amount. Online process, very transparent, very easy to access. Just follow the official social media handles, or most easy in today's world, just download that app and keep it on your mobile phone.
Fantastic.
But thanks for raising the question. Sorry, maybe I'm just saying a little bit more because I have a lot of passion for this platform, and it has helped immensely in my professional career.
I have to clear one thing, guys. Mr. Anil, by doing this session, he don't get anything. He's a fund manager for DSP Fund House. He's doing it for passion. He's doing it on our request. So if anybody thinks that he gets something, no, he is actually doing it on passion.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Sorry, maybe I didn't clarify that, but maybe in the bottom middle we mentioned about
in
my
introduction.
Details.
I'll mention that. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what I just would like to reaffirm is that for all of us, it's our common platform. It's an industry body, So for market practitioners like you and me, let's say, as Sai Krishna mentioned, I work with asset management company. I'm managing my portfolios. But let's say once in a month or once in 2-3 weeks, there is some conference. We go for that. We listen to somebody speaking something new. we meet few other people who are like-minded professionals, and we engage with them, discuss what's happening in the markets, what you are doing, what hiring trends you are seeing. Sometimes we get to hire also good people. Many people I have hired through this network only. So I feel that it's a very strong platform. We can benefit out of it immensely if we utilize the right way to network, knowledge enhancement, job opportunities, etc. It's very powerful platform for that. So with that, let's come to the closure of this. And very often I get towards the end that, hey Anil, can we be in touch? Interesting comments about the CFA program, about career development, or about money management, as we just spoke about. That's my day job. So I often keep sharing various market information and knowledge or updates. So please feel free. Of course, I know you are asking many questions down in the comment section. So with the help of the team at Moneypulse, we'll try to respond to each of your questions and give you details about that. So through Moneypulse also, please feel free to be in touch with me, or you can also follow any of my social media handles on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram, whatever you like.
Please do,
And,
guys, please do follow Mr. Anil Gilani. You get a lot of info in his handles as well.
Great. So wish you all a wonderful career progression. I hope you find this framework of the next 10 years useful to evaluate your personal decision making and make good choices of your career progression. I strongly feel, if you are my viewer today, you are listening to the session, you are a young professional, I strongly feel you are the future of finance. You are my future.
Yes.
You need to be empowered. And so whatever little bit me or Moneypulse as a channel or 𝐒𝐻 as in his individual capacity can do to help is less. What is our duty, is our responsibility to help you, to mentor you, to coach you, so that you can think of newer ideas, newer areas whereby we can grow our financial community, we can grow overall our industry for the ultimate benefit of society. So with that, thank you very much. And thanks, Sai Krishna, for having me. Wonderful, always pleasure to be with you on your channel. And you're doing great stuff. To summarize from my side, friends, how he mentioned to follow my page for knowledge, I would suggest to follow. I have personally been following, like I mentioned, after I met you in Hyderabad, I have personally been following some of your social media handles also, and very interesting, good stuff keeps coming out. So I urge you, follow the handles of Moneypulse, and you will find it very useful. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, Anil. Thanks for taking out your time. I'm sure this session helps my viewers a lot. I'm sure there will be a lot of CFAs who will join you after 3-4 years after this session. I'm sure this
100%.
session will give them a lot of guidance about it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
సో దట్స్ ఇట్ ఫర్ దిస్ వీడియో గైస్. ఈ వీడియోలో మీకు దొరికిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చాలా వరకు హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అయిందని అనుకుంటాను. వీడియో ఇప్పటివరకు లైక్ చేయనట్టయితే తప్పకుండా లైక్ చేయండి. అండ్ అలాగే ఎవరికైతే ఈ వీడియో హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుందో వాళ్ళకి తప్పకుండా షేర్ చేయడానికి అయితే ఈ కంటెంట్ ప్రయత్నించండి. నేను సాయి కృష్ణ పత్రి మరొక ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ వీడియోతో మీ ముందుకు వస్తాను. టిల్ దెన్ బై బై, టేక్ కేర్.